Okay, whenever you're ready.
We're on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of Dungeons and Dragons. We have been through it, but I think is this the first time that we're just like 1 week on, 1 week on, and how long is that the case?
We played last week?
Is that right? Was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Fuck,
It
man.
was
I
last
don't.
week.
Okay,
I
very
think we
cool.
played last week.
It was last week, but we're back in it to win it, and at a very noteworthy point, the party, after commandeering a motorcycle, um, was their location was sort of discovered by the hag who originally owned the motorcycle, one Mad Maggie, who you attempted to bind inside a magic circle, and were given instead an imp named Clyde, with whom Illican became infused, granting him devil's sight and the ability to turn into a raven. You essentially made a deal. You also made a deal for the safety of one Borean. I can't decide whether or not his last name is Borean Gray or Borean Fairchild, but one Borean of many names, I guess, and who was able to eventually, presumably, finally escape from Avernus. In exchange for the release of this character, your companion was thrown into the pits of pestilence, and one of the items that you retrieved from the river was a mirror in a cloth sack that Mad Maggie identified as a mirror of life trapping. Among other things, you sort of made a deal that you would help you hunt after this Maris, which you were told was a Balrog. And you were there at Maris's, at sort of the place where the sign that says Maris's lair, or
Did
there was a specific sign, wasn't there? Beware of Maris, something like that.
did we keep the mirror?
Mad Maggie has the mirror.
What do I give a shit about it then?
Well, as you're pulling up in this area, Mad Maggie says, it may seem like it's a lot, and well, this is one of the wildest things Mad Maggie has ever done in all of her adventurings, but I suppose that if Shemeshka the Marauder wills this petty quest, you ought to have your best chance as you could survival. And if we are very lucky, I can use this here mirror of life trapping to capture the spirit of the Balrog. And you hear lightning and rains begin from the outside. You look out the window of the tank and you can see that it has begun a blood rain. And there is a voice that is booming and resounding from outside of the ship. And Mad Maggie says, "We don't have time for none of the blood rain fucking shit. We've got to get a map. There's a cylinder of darkness, and there's a particular pathway that you can get down deep. This vehicle might not survive the fall, so let me find my maps. Let me get to the map room. Chaka and Chunk, come help me sort through my papers. You make yourselves useful. Do something." And you can see that Mad Maggie goes away to doors in a different part of the very large, like I said, 18-wheeler sized Hellfire engine. This is just one, like the dining chamber, essentially, like a mess kitchen.
Finally, some time to do something useful, and I sit down and start praying.
You can hear the sounds of a dark language being spoken from outside of the cabin, and with tendrils of darkness beginning to take shape in the area where the windows are. You might just make a perception check, everyone, just to see how much what is going on outside you're able to hear.
I am not paying attention. I got a
Oh,
12.
16.
Okay,
Nine.
Janus, do you speak? What languages do you speak?
Let's have a look, actually. Quite a decent amount. Celestial, Common, Druidic, Elvish, Infernal.
So this is not a language that you speak, but one that you do recognize. And you're just able to make out the word Haramon, but the language itself sounds abyssal to you.
Ooh. I relay this to the
Demons.
party.
Demon
And
language.
yeah,
In hell. Very curious.
probably Maris.
Who or what is Haramon?
And you don't know, but you continue your conversation.
Hmm. Okay. I think honestly the best thing that like I can do is either short rest or like see if I can like I don't know help make sure the vehicle's like being driven properly.
What?
So I'll probably hang out with the flesh golem, make sure that the windscreen's clean or whatever,
I think
and
they've been
hopefully
driving
get a
these
short
much
rest.
longer than you have been aware they exist.
Hmm?
I think they have been driving these machines much longer than you have been aware these machines exist. I think they can handle it.
True, but if the windscreen's dirty, I don't want him to get lonely.
Ah, that's kind.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Nell is going to take a short rest because she is a little injured.
Okay. So yeah, they're maybe not in here, but you know that in another area there are pallets where you can lie down, sort of like temporary pallets for just the crew. Or you could, just pull up at one of the tables and rest yourself down if you wanted to just do it here. Thought that was safer.
You doing that?
Yeah, what's the story, Grace?
Oh, sorry. I think Nell is just going to take a look at any injury she may have, and then she's just going to settle down comfortably with like her backpack and just sort of lay down, close her eyes for a little bit.
Okay, so you'll
When
just
she's
do
satisfied.
where you are.
Yeah.
All good and cool. So, what about you, Illican?
Is there anything I need to be doing right now? I sit and pray, waiting for the good stuff to happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's fine. And so when you make it to the top, where the sort of controls are mounted, you can see Janus, a armored creature on a flaming horse, and let's just say, for the sake of the plot, he is continuing, or has again said his name, Haramon the Corrupted,
Oh,
and is in this instance now speaking in Infernal.
cool. I think Giannis is gonna call out to like Nell and Illican while they're resting and just be like, "Oh, I found Horomon.
Am I
He's
supposed
just another. He's just a big night guy. Don't worry about it."
Can you heal it all from a short rest?
Yes, but time does need to pass.
Okay, so no time has really passed.
Right.
Yes. Okay, cool.
They're just making their way outside. Janus is. And yeah, so Haruman says to bring out the keeper of this vessel, the master of this ship.
Hmm. This seems a whole lot like not my problem.
Yeah,
Maggie.
that is why I'm staying inside and praying. This isn't. I'm not crew on this ship, and it's not mine.
How is Mad Maggie reacting? Is she like coming out the vehicle
Maggie's
or anything?
inside the ship. I don't think that she, as far as you know, she's looking for the map tube. She's in her map room.
Okay, well, I was just going to like keep the flesh golem company, so like I guess I can go find Maggie instead
You
and
can
just be
see
like,
the flesh golem is nonplussed, but that several of the crew begin scuttling about inside of the ship, ignoring you. And you come up to the flesh golem, who's kind of blankly staring up at the creature. The flaming horse rides by, and it stares into you. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
oh, charisma. God, I'm gonna play a character with good charisma at one point, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a horrible. I guess.
How bad? Oh,
I'm that one.
You get a 2.
And that one.
Yeah.
So your robot server, or yeah, the chip that controls your ability not to be frightened, is disrupted temporarily, and you experience that fright that you're not programmed to experience of this creature.
Oh
And
no!
help you recognize the scope and the scale and the danger that you would experience being thrown into the pit of lemurs is dwarfed by the immensely imposing nature of this creature. You have a little glitch freak out.
I wasn't designed for this. Oh no! Yeah, Giannis is gonna kind of like start scuttle inside and just find a paper bag just to breathe into or something. I
You
don't know.
You can hear Haruman's voice booming out, "Coward, bring Maggie to me."
Go away!
It is
You get
very hard to properly communicate with my god in here with all this hubbub going on outside.
You can see a red cap and one of the Kenku pulling Mad Maggie as she says, "Mom, it's in one of these pockets," and she has a satchel filled with papers. "I'll get this fucking thing. I know it's in here." And she is
Did she get
escorted
pulled like past
downstairs.
me on her way out?
I'm sorry.
Did she get pulled like past me on her way out?
Yes, we'll say she's past the
Here,
group.
give that to me. Let me look. You go deal with the thing.
It is called Maris's Grotto.
Okay.
Is the on the map? If you could have a, oh yes, that would be
Yes.
very helpful.
Go, 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 go.
And
Go.
opens the hold. Ah, what the? And she says in Inferno, "What the fuck is it? What is it?"
I can speak Infernal also, so I can understand.
She closes the door to the hold behind you.
are we all in the hold?
Yes, and you can
Okay.
hear "Brr, brr," of the sound system as her voice begins to boom in Infernal.
Giannis is just like,
Hey, okay, buddy.
You don't need to
It's not
breathe.
okay.
Why are you doing that?
the horse looked at me. Yeah, he doesn't need to breathe. It's the worst part of it all. Like,
What in the nines is the meaning of this interruption?
And so while she's out there dealing with that, and I have all her maps, I want to get the other two to come. I'm gonna get you two to come over here, and I want everyone to be digging through these maps to see if there's like anything else we can find that's useful for us in here. While I'm also looking for her map.
Okay.
Make an investigation check, everyone.
Oh, please.
Hmm,
23.
12.
15.
Okay, and I need all of you to roll a d10.
Very cool. I'm
8.
serious.
5.
Still looking for the D10. 7. Nice.
So you all pull out maps. There's really no way to go except for by going in. You're feeling good about it. You find Illicon, you find a map of the crossroad and the area surrounding. It's not especially detailed, but it has some notes about the construction of the crossroads material itself and the areas. You can see the areas where you came from, the pits of pestilence and such. And you can also see a map that's leading towards where you are, but it's not the one that you have. You do think that this must be the right collection, though, because the material feels very similar. The other two of you pull out what looks like pages of a dungeon map, but it's incomplete and not presumably as immediately helpful in the context that you're talking about. So you just kind of have to continue to sort through these files. And eventually, the group of you are able to find this together after sorting through. You're able to find most of the template of this dungeon map with a few pages missing. And you were also able to find the image of the Grotto. And what you're able to tell sort of right away is that these two are linked, that there is a secret dungeon in the Grotto where Maris is guarding. And according to the liner notes, it is a portal into an abyssal, like a ruined abyssal temple, which would explain why there is a devil, why there's a demon there in the night. So the space itself is a column. It's got a road that goes down across it, we'll say about 500, 600 feet. And it is a mile down, give or take. At the bottom, there are flat plains and a crag crater where the Balrog is kept, presumably. And that is the entrance to this dungeon space. You don't have too much information other than the arrangement of the rooms from the dungeon map, although there are a few marks for treasure and some exclamation points, which you presume might correspond with traps.
That is quite useful. Can I like
Presuming we are delving into this dungeon.
Yeah, this takes you about 20, 30 minutes, at which point Mad Maggie comes down and she says, fucking assholes. Got no respect. No respect for Mad Maggie. It tells me what I can and can't do.
I don't like his horse. Is he gone?
Yeah, I told him to get lost and to tell Asmodeus if he wants to stop me from doing anything to come down here and face down against Balrog himself. If he's not going to do that, there's no point talking about it.
Don't you mean come up here?
No, it's down, isn't it? Did you find what I'm looking for? Did you sort through Mad Maggie's papers?
Yes,
we did.
I had her the grotto page.
Like these maps.
Oh, yes, this is exactly right. Use this to steer the ship down through the darkness, and we're gonna have to make a couple of other. Here, I'm gonna go get a few things out of my store. And the process repeats. She comes back several minutes later, covered in different random cloths and furs. There's magic in these furs. Got special layers of armor doing the thing. And she gives the two of you who don't have dark vision these goggles. They look like they have spider details, almost like web designs or something very similar to that. And she says, "It's
Hmm.
hard to see in the darkness, but not very far. And if you can see too far into the distance, it's all just going to be shades, no colors down where we're going, and not much hope. It's a cursed, doomed place. No one is ever supposed to make it out of there alive. That's why they keep the treasures hidden in that abyssal fucking place. Better there, away from everybody. The kidnapped Balrog." And Mad Maggie reaches in her and wig. She says, "Oh fuck, that was not Morgulor. I do not know what that was. Oh shit, Mad Maggie, what have we gotten ourselves into?" And you can see her eyes and pupils dilate a different color. They go purple. Um,
Maggie?
I thought that was just Morglorp. Ooh, wee, Mad Maggie.
Maggie,
Oh,
it's okay. The one trick to a good trip.
We've got a plan, though. We've got a plan, and it's to get this Balrog into this mirror. Fuck Asmodeus if he says otherwise.
Cool.
Degenerate drug use.
And she says, "Well, hold on. It's about to get really real, really fast." And she goes up. Boop. And the group of you are left in the hold.
I'm gonna turn to Yanush and say, "So you don't like horses, do you?"
Not that horse.
Oh.
Not at all.
I have a joke about horses, actually. What's a horse's priority when voting?
Don't speak to me about horses right now. Please.
What?
A stable economy.
I think Yanis will laugh a little bit at that, but he still clearly does not like the experience he's just had with horses.
And then Nell's gonna play with the goggles for a little bit.
And there is not much warning. The speed on this just comes to a sudden jerk, and you're taking off, and you're shot down into this magical darkness. And as far as you can tell, the map description is pretty accurate. There's a large hanging cliff. You're sort of in the middle of this road space, torrenting down, just fucking Ramo. And this vehicle has large, like high beams. We'll call them magical high beams that emit some light so that you are actually, as best as it is possible in magical darkness, able to see a smidge. But you don't see any creature, and the vehicle continues to hurtle down through this magical space. Is there anything else that you do?
Are there any windows in the hold?
Yes, there are several windows that you're able to see out of, and it looks like an enclosed cavern. You can see stalagmites and stalactites as you look out the window, but there aren't very many other signs of life, and the darkness itself is almost it's engulfing even the spaces where you're able to see, if that makes sense. So it's almost like a substance on top of the roads and the area. It is totally imbued with darkness.
And do the goggles like help any like with that?
They help you to see more than you would be able to see otherwise, but
Okay.
it is still yeah, it is a space that's magically imbued and
Okay.
definitely evil, for lack of a better term. It's there's a difference in the way that the air breathes, and there's something very dark about this place, even within the nine hells, the atmosphere, because it's enclosed and it's also cavernous. It just has the quality of the air is more still.
Okay. So Nell's just by one of these windows looking out, and maybe like checking to the other side as well occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask if there's any way we can study Balrog weaknesses very quickly before we get into this.
Yeah.
That is a great question. The answer is it depends on what materials you have, right? Like in scope of what would be possible with our adventures. Because that hasn't been super duper fleshed out, the best that we can do without breaking the game or inventing things that we haven't talked about is to just make like a general arcana check, knowledge check, history check, something like that, and see what,
Cool.
your brain tells you.
All right. Mind if I go with history? Oh, knowledge.
You could use religion even.
Ooh, my religion's okay.
Ooh,
Give me a second.
I got a 21 for Arcana.
Hmm.
Where the hell is knowledge?
Knowledge is not a skill.
Oh, I see. Okay,
No,
then I'll go for. No, it's fine. In that case, I'll go for religion. Wow.
History would be the closest thing to knowledge, I guess.
23. Thank you.
23. Wow,
Wee wee.
very good. And what about you, Illican?
Sorry, my mom came in for a second. What are we doing?
Investigating Balrogs.
Thinking about what we know about Balrogs.
Um, 16.
Okay. So between the three of you, and given your experience, most of what you know about Balrogs is rumor. It's one of those creatures that's talked about in a way that is essentially not real. But you know that Balrogs are descendants of fire giants, that they are surrounded, that their body parts are imbued with flames. Um, and that most of them have been destroyed through culling by various other species, the ones who have made it out of the abyss. Although there are said to be plenty in existence, there are very few who have made it out of their planes of origin. And usually, when they have, it's been under the pretense of being captured by some nefarious sorcerer, villain, etc., etc. As far as their abilities, not much is known. You do know that they are supposedly able to fly. They're thought to be incredibly strong. Things in their immediate vicinity could spontaneously catch fire. They enjoy ripping their. They enjoy the process of causing their victims suffering. Um, and they are very, very, very erratic. They essentially can't be dealt with by reputation.
Okay. Sounds fun.
So we definitely need something to tackle that fire.
Sorry, Yanu's voice. I have a plan.
You also know that they are resistant to non magical attacks, poison, and lightning.
Cool. Do you have a magical weapon? Nell.
Do I have a magical weapon? I do not.
I can enchant your weapon.
I do not
Okay.
either.
Oh, you don't. Well, you can fight without. You can use your magic and not your weapon, right?
You
I would
rock.
prefer to use a weapon.
I can enchant one weapon with Chalet. It means that instead of wisdom, you'll use instead of strength, you'll use your spellcasting ability, and it becomes a D8 damage die. That's all I can get, you know.
That is Better than what I have, but it may help her more.
Okay, cool.
I do also
Well,
have some spells, but not like great ones.
oh wait, it's not a focus spell. I can do it on both. We
Oh,
just need to make sure that you both give me a weapon before, and I have like a minute to enchant them.
Nice.
Sorry. Outside, you can hear um, the sound of Mad Maggie shouting out, "I'm bringing hell to pay to you, Maris. We know what you've been doing. Mad Maggie has been listening." And when she says Mad Maggie, there's another boom, 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 boom as the Hellfire engine bumps up against you don't know what, but it's a bit of a difficult ride. Could everyone make a dexterity saving throw as the Hellfire engine is thrown around?
Natural 20.
Cool.
Nice.
if you have a proficiency in something and it's under 10, does it then become 10?
I think that's a class for
maybe,
rogue.
maybe for you. Why do you think
see,
that?
It might be just from rogue.
If you're worried about the
Well,
spellcasting thing,
I got a 9, but I am
Okay.
proficient in dexterity.
Well,
don't have anything that gives you like an ability to re-roll.
proficiency. It already calculated you what you get for proficiency in there, but
Okay.
there is one ability for one type of class that does what you're asking.
Yeah, that
think-
might be rogue. I might be getting it confused with Ruzo.
There might be certain instances where if you're like better at something, then you're more likely to succeed, or the effects wouldn't be as harsh. What did you get, Janus?
20.
Okay, so you two are able to hold your foot, but Nelly, you are thrown about and you take a 7 points of we'll say piercing damage as you fall into the side of one of the metal tables, and it just sticks you.
Oh.
Mad Maggie has sharp tables.
Oh, jeez, come here. I will cure wounds, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I keep cutting out every now and then, so I didn't hear. I heard piercing damage and then it cut out.
It was 7 points.
Okay.
Well, I heal you for 8. There you go.
Thank you.
Stabbed and healed immediately.
You can hear over the intercom, "I'm like a disco ball, guys. I'm like a hag disco ball."
I cast a spell. Hello.
Oh.
Dungeon Master, I cast a spell.
Ruh-roh.
Yes. You roll a D4.
4?
Ruh-roh.
D4.
Oh, we're just changing the rules. Here we go. 3.
Cool. What did you heal?
8.
You healed me for 8.
Okay, so you you are healed for 16 points.
Oh.
And need you to roll a D100.
Me? Oh.
75.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, so you start to feel really hot now, uncomfortably hot, like your skin is boiling. You are healed, but this happens to you.
I'm so sick of this.
We are in hell. Makes sense.
You can start to feel the heat of the Hellfire engine becoming oppressive, and even in the periphery of your vision, you think you can start to see or sense the fire of the Balrog and the great danger that you're in.
I don't feel so good, guys.
Oh, shit. So sorry, I'm really sick of this fucking spell plague.
Oof.
Can I help?
I don't know.
Janus, you are also still a bit antsy about the thought of leaving the cabin.
Well, I can summon some water for you if you'd like.
I don't know how I feel about more spells at this juncture, to be honest.
Oh, I meant, well, well, maybe I can look. Maybe there's a bottle.
Actually, now when Janus, just from the word water, it sounds scalding and it triggering, and
Oh no.
feeling on your skin when you think about water uh, is increasingly intense.
Yeah, I don't think water's gonna help this situation.
Do you
Uh,
have rabies?
I, uh, well, now I'm worried I do.
Maybe I should cure diseases. Maybe more healing spells will help.
No, I, uh,
And the
I,
vehicle continues to whip down the road.
What's important is that we stay calm and don't think about horses while we're going into this, okay, everyone?
Mad Maggie calls out, "Land ho! Land ho, motherfuckers! We're here!" Cut the brakes, Mickey. Let it stop all that. And the thing skids and spins around again and comes into a stop in the middle of this place. And through the window, you're able to see what looks like a small, dark pit. And there's also the outline of what looks like a chained humanoid figure covered in some kind of dark ichor, something like that, held into place on a metallic platform. And then beyond it, what looks like the beginnings of a cavern system. And from the darkness of that cavern system um, pops out a creature of immense size, gargantuan size. That's what I'm working with. It's at least 40 feet, with enormous wings. It looks like it has multiple weapons on its person and flies out in front of the vehicle out of view and begins speaking in Infernal. Let me just find a picture for the chat. Although you have heard legends of the Balrog and have an image in your mind. And it is all of that and more. And you see it as it flies out in front of the vehicle. There's a really good, like, medieval tapestry one. Uh, hmm, like a D&D one. But it doesn't really matter in this context. I'll just use this. So you're all able to see. And it can sort of morph its shape, as it were. There's fire that's imbued in its character and it floats up, and you can hear rough conversation being had, and Mad Maggie is speaking in Abyssal, and the creature is, and Mad Maggie begins veering, like within 10 seconds of the conversation, begins veering the Hellfire engine in the direction of the creature. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Cool.
6.
12.
19.
If you could put in the chat, that would be really
Oh.
helpful. I just need to roll theirs.
I miss Sigil.
We'll be
Yeah.
back soon.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, me neither. My optimism.
Blake can finally get with Niles.
Oh no, that wasn't my character talking. That was me. That was Keaton.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. You fucked around with God and got in too deep.
We
You
get
could
into
always go back to
dinosaurs.
Sigil if you wanted to. Who knows? Maybe nothing would happen. Illican, you're first to act.
Lay it out for me. Well, give me a reason to want to act. Lay it out
Okay,
for me.
so you're inside the dining hold of this Hellfire engine that is speeding closely towards this Balrog creature.
Yeah.
Uh, there are windows here. There is a door that could go to the outside, a door deeper inside of the engine, which may be safer, and a door leading up to the top where Mad Mad is. You were the first to act. What do you do?
Uh, fuck. I don't.
See, the Balrog is bracing.
Mm.
Well, my spells aren't gonna do anything I want them to do. I I don't know. I'll start by flying in my winged boots. Um, to get off the ground a bit. Uh, does my momentum keep carrying forward when I raise off the ground? Since we're in a moving vehicle, how does this? Sorry, I'm a physics nerd. I need to know.
It's
Well,
like jumping in an elevator.
not immediate.
Is it like jumping on a speeding train or?
Yes, I guess. Yeah.
So I have to constantly be readjusting and pushing myself forward with my boots.
Otherwise, you get a huge vertigo and the room's going to come in on you. Yeah. It's like your movement action.
Does it seem like we're about to like slam into the thing? Like I don't understand what's happening or how I'm supposed to be participant in it from inside of a vehicle.
You're not sure, but you look out the window and you can see this happening, and time slows down. You have a second to hold your breath, or to duck, or to do something.
All right,
You're
I will
on
get
in
to
this.
the front of the room, and then right when I think we're about to slam into it, I will leap into the air so that I can hopefully just not take any of that energy through the ground or walls, but just be moved through the air as whatever happens. Does that make sense?
Yes, and with your boots, you could kind of dodge out of the
Mm.
way.
So that'll
As
be like I'll be like focusing my movement and efforts on that, and then perhaps I I don't know,
Can I
pull out
suggest
my
an item
mace,
interaction?
huh?
Can I suggest the item interaction of giving me a weapon so I can enchant it?
Oh yeah. I will toss over a mace.
Nice.
It spins through the air and it veers to the right because of the Coriolis effect.
With the momentum going on, it's like.
Okay, so that you do that, Illican, and let me see. One second. One second. So the Balrog, well, you can't really see. What you do feel is a boom, 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 boom of explosions that are happening outside of the vehicle. Let me just. So one of the windows shatters, and the other one is cracked as an explosion happens from the outside, and I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws. You have advantage, Illican, because you've prepared this dodge. Um,
9 again.
19.
Hey, 21. Look at me. Dexterous robot.
So did anyone get under 15?
Yeah, I got 9.
It's really just not.
No.
It really isn't.
So a mix of hot shrapnel and the bludgeoning damage just slams into you. Everyone takes a little bit of damage, but your half-elf friend takes the most. I just need to roll really quickly.
You still boiling?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, no. Got the fever.
Wow. So that is, we'll say that that's 41 points or halved. So 20 points for Nell.
40 points.
So, yeah, 41 points for Nell and 20 for everyone else. How are you doing, Nell?
I'm on about 19 HP.
Okay, so you're covered in glass and blood, and you slam against the side of the vehicle. Everyone else takes a little bit of shrapnel damage, but is mostly able to catch themselves. Illican specifically with the winged boots, you're able to not take as much of a brunt of it. And you can hear out from Maggie's voice, "It's gonna take more than that to take down Mad Maggie, you crazy son of a gun."
It's not gonna take much more than that to kill us, you bitch!
And you can hear her say, "Shut up about Leroy. Don't need to hear that now.
What?
Phyllis still alive." And she, it is your turn now, Giannis.
All right. So I'm gonna enchant the weapon, give it back as an item, whatever. Just throw it back. And yeah, no, that's Chalet. So that's using your casting abilities in his D8. And Giannis is going to apologize to Nelly, and then activate elemental form, turning into a water elemental in
Oh.
preparation for this. And that's just my bonus action. So like I would just like to prepare. I don't know, when we eventually ram this Balrog, I'd like to kind of jump out and start whacking it.
So you have a separate water elemental spell.
Wait.
It's not a summoning thing. It's a elemental shape. So it's a thing that Circle of the Moon Druids can do. They can turn into elementals. So yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Sorry, our mission is just to get a single strike on it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry, what happened? Because my internet cut out.
So your has turned into a water elemental?
Yeah.
After apologizing to you, my rabies having friend.
We don't know I have rabies.
I'm pretty sure it's rabies.
We don't know you don't.
True.
How does water sound? Horrible?
Oh my god, yes, you see this creature and it is like your nightmares. The water creature is insufferable to your like sensibility. You think that it would kill you if it came into contact with you.
Nell scuttles back towards the wall and obviously injures herself a bit more, like got all the shrapnel and stuff. And she's hurt. Not thinking properly.
Yeah, you're like in shock. You go into shock. Yanis, what else do you do? That's your act?
Yeah, I'm preparing. So essentially, I prepare an action. When the moment we're in striking range of the Balrog, Giannis is gonna pour himself out, quite literally, and just start whacking at the Balrog with his watery arms.
Okay, and this is very interesting. Mad Maggie chases by and says, "Get over here in distance, I can pull you into this mirror." Ah, Mad Maggie. And it doesn't sound like anything of that sort happens, but the crew shoots out some things in the creature's direction. You can hear the sound of harpoon guns and maybe some sounds that you don't quite know or don't know how to recognize.
Ooh, blood war weapons.
The the engine itself lets out a thunderous boom from its cannon, which we will roll for this damage. It is yeah, it really resounds through, and you can see the Balrog sort of flim flam as it falls back against some stalagmites in its turn. That's the crew. They've done some damage. Very good. 1 second.
Well, they did damage. Let's go, right?
Nice.
I thought that's all we had to do.
And it is
No, we
now
need to injure it.
Nell's turn.
So Nell is a bit panicked by this whole situation, and this might be either the best or worst decision to make at the moment. But I have Cure Wounds, and I'm considering using it.
That's what got you into this rabies.
But it could also get me out.
Bad idea. Okay.
I
What?
say go for it.
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Alright,
what
so 3rd level Cure Wounds. Could so healing 18. I'm guessing I've got to roll a D100.
Roll me a D4 first.
Okay. 2.
Nothing happens. You don't use a spell slot, but your spell doesn't work. You try and heal yourself, but nothing happens.
Uh-oh.
You hear Jan speak to you in a water form like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You don't heal that. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'll be sorry for both of us.
Don't be sorry.
Okay,
get
I'm
rid of this
gonna-
public.
I'm going to stumble up towards the door leading to where Mad Maggie is.
Also,
I just want to get away from this water elemental.
So you're gonna step away from that creature, which is further in the room, and you go up towards. There's like a ladder, metal ladder built
Yeah.
in the room.
So Nell is like she has a spear, she's using that as like kind of like to hold herself up at the moment and just like hobbling up to Mad Maggie.
Got it.
Okay.
So you want to start to make your way up the ladder in your turn.
Yes.
Okay. You can't make it all the way up, especially in your
No.
but you're definitely welcome to start it. Back to the beginning of the round. Illican, you can hear the sound of more wings flapping and
We hit it, right? I yell out.
There's no
Do remind me. We were here to get a single strike on it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you've accomplished your mission.
Okay.
Oh, did I use a spell slot, by the way? Did you?
No.
Or did? Okay.
No
Cool.
spell slot used.
Okay, Maggie. Turn this thing around and let's go. I guess I'll move my web to where she is.
You make your way up towards the way up the chute also.
I dash.
Let me just see.
How big is
Mad
this?
Maggie hears you because the window is now smashed open, and she says, "No one's gonna tell me what to do on my own ship. I'm getting this creature for Mad Maggie." And yeah, she continues to veer. The car is moving while this conversation is happening. She's just on loudspeaker.
Uh-oh.
So you can get across the room, but there's someone in front of you for the ladder space.
Me?
No, Illican. Do you want to
Okay.
just continue to move with them?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's shove them out of the
Okay.
way.
Well, thanks.
Oh, you
If
said
you-
someone. That was when you that. Fuck you, someone.
Really
Go
funny.
fuck yourself.
One of
God,
your best friends.
someone. I don't know who this person is. Someone. Anyway, I dash. I try and get to Maggie.
Okay. It's at this point that the Balrog comes up to the side of the Hellfire engine and just begins tearing into members of the crew that are visible on the top. You can hear their screams, and you can see the sides of the creature along through the windows that are now just in the impact, sort of smashed in, pushing everyone about inside, though not to the extent that it damages anyone in this context. But what does happen is when the creature comes within your space, just a aura of fire carries in their presence, and creatures that are in the area take some fire damage.
Ooh.
It's 6 points. And the creature begins ripping through members of the crew. You can hear Mad Maggie say, "No, Mickey! No, Chunk! My red caps!" And it is Yanis's turn.
So the thing's within striking range, right?
Yeah, you can see it.
I held my action, so do I just take the action from remember
Say that you can. It's
How-
come all the way around, hasn't it?
Sorry, how could you uphold your action if you cast Shillelagh and did your elemental transformation?
Did you do
actually,
Shillelagh?
you're right. They're both bonus actions, so
You
I
can't
don't know
do
if that
two bonus
counts.
actions. You couldn't have done that.
I
Counter
see. So was
uh,
that a bonus then a standard? In that case, I'm not.
Yeah, so we'll just say that that takes up your turn, which makes sense to me, anyways.
Yeah, so that means that this round is going, so I can whack him. I'm gonna whack him. I'm gonna smack him.
You try and smack this thing as a water element.
Yeah, it's a fire demon. Why would I not whack it with water?
Yes, okay, make an attack roll.
Why are you saying
Steamy.
it like that?
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
are you
yeah.
saying it like that? That is frustrating, isn't it?
You begin to boil as you get
Oh
increasingly.
my god.
And
Yeah,
you
that's
get-
fine though, because I'm a water elemental. They just make more water. It's like a
Right.
thing.
Water is steam. I'm not saying you become a steam elemental, but it is a bubbling.
Do I
It's-
become an air elemental? Oh, that would be neat. Very cool. So yeah, no. What's my plus to hit? Jesus. Sorry, my brain is completely off right now.
Is it just a regular old water elemental?
Yeah, so
Plus
I'm
7.
just gonna give him 2 slams. 13. Very cool.
13.
Yeah, so 13 to hit apparently. So
It does
Or
not
plus
hit.
2 hit.
Ineffectually bouncing. Go ahead.
as in like it says hit 13 on my sheet.
What
I
are you
rolled
looking
11
at?
and an 18.
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, can you show us what you're looking at?
Oh yeah, sure. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna put my rolls in chat before this. There we go.
Yeah, so I've just had to turn my camera off because my internet is struggling and it keeps
And-
like freezing.
What spell is the transformation? I'm just curious.
It's elemental form from Circle of the Moon.
Because I assume you would just take up the form of a water elemental, like Monster Manual water elemental.
No, usually
see.
there's specific player things for
Oh
these.
my god, I did the exact same thing as the a couple weeks ago. I'm now on the roll 20 thing. It's plus 7 to hit, which means my rolls were 18 and 25 to whack the Balrog.
Okay, that's fine. 25 does hit.
Very cool. Take some damage, Balrog. Yeah. 2d8 plus 4.
Okay,
Yum,
yeah.
yum.
It is straight up just the water elemental stat block, so it's plus 7 to hit.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and give me your damage.
11 damage from 1 whack. And it's watery damage. That counts. that makes him any
It does
sludgier.
water damage, but you don't get the sense that the creature's fire is affected by it in a Pokemon-esque.
Also, water damage is not a thing in 5e. It's bludgeoning.
It should be.
Yeah,
He's
I,
made
I would
fire.
imagine it was like just this just counts as non-magical damage. Okay,
No, this is it is magical.
It's not
I'm a
magical.
monster.
Just because
doesn't
you're
count.
magical doesn't make the attack magical.
it was
Well, I have Primal Strike, so
Oh, well, there's that. Primal Strike.
Primal Strike, so it is magic.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
okay. I guess so. Nice.
I can't believe it's not Pokemon. I'm so mad.
I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. In that is your turn, Janus.
Yeah, I just whack him a bunch.
Punch, stand at the window. You Balrog. Okay. It's now Mad Maggie's turn. And Mad Maggie says, "Why don't you just get inside this mirror where you belong?" And the crew, let's see what happens. Oh. The mirror glitches. And nothing happens. And the crew, the reserve crew and the hags begin to make their way up. And you can see some of them running into the space where you are now. Several witches who begin to like throw themselves through the window and to jump onto the Balrog. And some of them begin plunging daggers into it. Others begin whispering incantations.
Are
But
they not burning?
yes, they are, but they do it anyways. They don't even think about it.
Dedication.
You can see some of them waiting behind you to go up. Some of the more wary and especially the humanoid adventurers have now kind of come into the room and are waiting to go through this particular way out, or beginning to ready like bows and stuff like that to shoot through the side of the vehicle. Nell, it is now your turn. The space is filled. It is somewhat difficult terrain.
So it's Mad Maggie still upstairs.
Yes, and you can hear her calling out, "Holy fuck, my crew been fucking taken right in front of me."
Do we know why the mirror didn't work?
Nope.
Okay.
Probably because nothing we do works when it comes to magic.
Yeah, I'm still gonna carry on making my way up there to her.
Oh yeah, you're at the top of the list, so you get up and you can see Mad Maggie and the Balrog facing off. She's got the mirror in its direction, and it is eyeing her and the group of you with a dark hunger. It's already tearing into several of the creatures whose corpses you can see litter the platform at the top of the area. And Mad Maggie is standing boldly at the helm. It is a small-ish platform, we'll say about 60 feet across. You've come up, and the creature is about 40 feet away from you, standing off with Mad Maggie. What do you do?
I'm gonna shout at her and say, Maggie, we need to get out of here. We're outmatched. We're outclassed. We're losing.
Mad Maggie says, "You just wait one more second. This mirror will come in. I just need to give it a good shake.
It's not working. People are dying.
They're my crew. It's just what Haramon said. If it would be the will of Asmodeus, then it would be Mad Maggie's will."
That's counter to what you said earlier. Are you on his side or not?
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out.
Her name is Mad
She
Maggie.
said nothing
Why are we trying
important.
to reason with her?
Yeah, she
Because-
said it would be if Asmodeus would have his will that her crew would die, then she would try and have her will by capturing the Balrog.
Are
Hmm.
there any like controls up here that I could get to like get us out of
Yeah.
danger?
The control stand, so you would need to go through her directly. She's He's also holding this mirror with both hands.
Okay, I'm gonna try and make my way to the controls because she clearly isn't listening. Um,
I
I
I wouldn't do anything too rash.
I'm gonna ready my longbow as well, and I'll try and attack this creature, I guess.
The Balrog?
Yeah.
You shoot an arrow at the Balrog.
Okay.
It's pretty badass.
Pretty cool.
16 to hit.
16 misses. It doinks off of its horn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna carry on making my way forward then.
The creature takes notice of you.
Oh no.
Illican, you are following behind and
I
you
come
come up and see this scene.
Oh, I make a face at the Balrog. Oh, you've got some schmutz, and I'm gonna cast suggestion, attempting to make it think it has schmutz on it, so he wants to look into a mirror to get rid of it.
The technical schmutz.
That's smart.
a
Oh.
fun. Make me a D4 roll.
Oh gosh.
4.
Cool idea. Spell plague.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, what's your save?
It says he needs to make a wisdom saving throw versus my 16.
The creature rolls a natural 1 and
Oh, you got something here. You look really foolish right now. You're too regal for that. Here. Just fix yourself up with this. And I gesture towards Maggie's mirror.
and the creature looks down and is absorbed into the mirror suddenly in front of you.
Okay, can we go now?
Yes. And the magical darkness of the whole column is absorbed in as well. And Maggie's holding it and it's shaking, and the creature lets out a final cry, and you can see stalagmites begin to fall from their place.
A Balrog felled by a 2nd level spell.
And Mad Maggie says, "Well, butter my biscuits. We've done it."
You don't
she
have
puts-
that spell, Maggie. It's a 2nd level spell.
No time for talking about none of that nonsense.
Okay.
There's supposed to be a genie around here, isn't there? And she looks around and she looks over towards where the dark figure was in the pit, which you've been pushed quite a ways away from. And she said, we're going to go down there and get some treasure, and we're going to get the fuck out of here. Sound good to you?
Yep.
Yeah.
I may need a good 8 hours just to nap.
She says, "Oh, Mad Maggie's manners. I had these potions of false life I was meaning to give to all of you. Here, take this one. Nell, I'm sure we've done all really well to survive." And she looks over and her crew is just like decimated.
Yeah.
The Golem's dead, the Red Caps are dead, the Flame Skull is dead, Chaka and Chonk are dead. All of the imps, including the one, except for the one that was with you inside the ship, are dead. Most of the hags are dead, except for 1 or 2. And several of the humans and humanoids have died also. Mad Maggie says, "This is an awful thing."
Was it worth it?
Wait, what did she give us?
Potions.
Potions of false life, which do not heal you.
No, they don't.
Okay.
They give you a little magic shield. They give you temporary hit points.
She just
No,
has
I can't find it.
It's more preemptive than whatever the other one is.
Well, I'll drink it anyway.
You gain 30 points of
30?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's crazy. Do they all give 30?
You're not sure?
Fuck it, I'll chug one.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the same.
I'm off the cusp of death.
No, it does not heal you.
Yeah, it
Oh,
feels weird. In
It
some ways, you almost feel a little
Your
bit sick to
health
your.
doesn't change. You gain 30 temporary hit points, of which there is a slot for on your character sheet next
ah,
to your
I
health.
see.
It's
It's
like drinking coffee.
like taking some kind of like antipsychotic medication and it just makes you feel numb. Like you think that you have a higher pain threshold just because you don't feel anything. Um, it's not a good thing.
Hmm.
There's strong pills, bro.
Bro.
Um, and yeah. Mad Maggie drives the vehicle in the direction of that, and she looks down and she says, "Robot man, we're gonna need your talents one more time if we're gonna do this."
Currently, Robot Man is Water Man. Like, should I switch back? Should I
Oh,
become?
yeah. If she's been going along with you, she probably wouldn't recognize that. Wouldn't
Robot
put
Man
it.
is indisposed at the time. I will take his place. What do you need?
I'm Water Man. I'm still here. I'm just made of water.
No, I know. Robot Man is indisposed because you are now Water
I
Man.
I wouldn't offer your services. It sounds like she wants to throw you into a pit.
Actually, fair enough.
And
It kind of
Mad
looked
Maggie,
fun last time.
what?
I was kind of jealous.
There really would be anything dangerous down there, but just for safe figurines, I thought I would throw. You have a titanium rope we can get down. I bet that that's where they're keeping the genie's lamp
Mm.
and the divine light or magical light that was emanating off Mad Maggie is gone. But you can see that there's still a shining light from the vehicle, which has lit up the space. There is still that person who is apparently actually in some kind of dark pitch at the stand, which Mad Maggie takes no interest in. And then there is the crater, which is where Mad Maggie's attention is focused.
Okay. Let me scout it out. I'm gonna cast Arcane Eye.
Okay, make a D4 roll.
3.
Cool. 1 second. And I need you to roll me a D100.
8. 2.
82.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. When your arcane eye looks in the direction down this crater, it shoots out. It shoots out like 20 arrows in succession magically, which ding, 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 and you can't hear the sound of anything reacting or
Well,
moving. And
I
as
send it down.
yeah, you send it down, and it is just a dark, empty crater. You do notice that
It has dark vision.
yeah, of course, the area at the very bottom is covered in darkness. It is magic darkness, but what you can see are different crystals, which appear to be like thorns, sort of blocking the way between the encased object itself, which does appear to be some kind of vase or lamp, and the outside. So it looks like it would be a bit treacherous to try and stick your hand in directly, but that you could theoretically get down there.
Maggie, there are crystals that need smashing. You seem to be very good at doing that kind of thing.
And Mad Maggie sort of looks you over, and you can see that her eyes are a bit dazed, and she says, Mad Maggie is in no state to do no thinking after this crazy Balrog fight. I'm sorry, child, but my brain is
Oh.
fried.
Okay, then we will leave the lamp.
That might also be because of the mystery drugs you took earlier. Just
Yes,
saying.
I think we'll come down, seeing my crew all killed in front of me like this has made it so that we can't. Does that mean we have to leave behind this interesting genie? Might as well pick up whoever that straggler is. Come on and go and get me my pulling rope. Oh gosh, they call it like a crook
Well,
hook or
I
something
was just
like.
trying to get some gumption in your shoes. I'll go down and get it. Jeez.
I was just going to take that person prisoner and see what there was to see in the next episode, but
Well, if there's a choice of me going to get the lamp and you not taking a person prisoner, I'm going to get the lamp, okay, Mag?
you know what? Fuck it, let's do both. I'll make a stake so that you can rappel yourself down in there and figure it out. And while you're going and doing that business, I'll go get this person unchained. You know what? Mad Maggie just needs crew. Mad Maggie just needs a friend right now. So maybe they won't even be our prisoner. Depends on how evil
I
they are.
think the fever's getting to me.
I
Did
don't
Maggie say something about an episode?
know whether it would be
Oh,
better
no,
for this person to
fever.
be a prisoner or her friend. I don't know which sounds worse.
Mad Maggie can hear you, you know.
I tried to imprison you a few hours ago. Do you think I give a shit? You. Ooh. Hags. Hags.
Oh.
Oh, here it comes again.
Mm.
Are they even making words anymore? I just hear sounds.
It's a thing.
This is a transcendent characteristic of player character.
I think it's completely irrational. All hags are evil and should not be trusted.
A hag.
A hag, thank you.
No worries.
Ahab.
All hags are grannies.
All hags are gross.
All hags are gross. Oh, I love it.
Anyway, I will lower down. I've got this shield of temporary health around my hands, so hopefully it should stave off some cuts that I will likely sustain from the diamonds.
Okay, that's fine. So Maggie goes and she gets a good stake and puts it in the ground, and ties a rope on it with a good knot. And 1 second, you begin to rappel down into the darkness, and you can hear the sounds of echoes of voices carrying as you
Hello.
Step down. And 1 second.
Oh, pardon me, voice. No eternal suffering for me, thank you. I've had enough.
When you step down, or when you rappel down to the bottom, you can see this area where there's magical darkness and these crystals that are poking out. And what is your strategy?
Find the largest gap, and does it look like I have like? I'll give a few testing blows with my mace to see if I can affect the crystals at all.
When you put your mace to these crystals, even casually, you hear screaming in your head and see visions of dismemberment and destruction.
Okay, well that happens whenever I gingerly touch it. Whoa, I pull it back. What happens if I
Touch it harder.
give it a good old hard swing real fast?
Your weapon is non-magical.
It is
and
magical. It's been shillelied.
It is shillelied. Interesting. So
Thank
yes,
you, Janus.
Janus has imbued it with magic. Very good. Let me see what happens. So yeah, there are cracks and fissures in this Make an Arcana or a Religion check.
I will go with religion. Non-natural 20.
A non-natural 20 lets you know that through the magic imbued in this weapon, there is something that is living within these crystals, and if you attempt to rappel down and
Oh, I'm
to
so.
retrieve
Oh, I'm so
them,
sorry. I'm so sorry. I get up too close to the crystals. I did not know you were in there. I'm so sorry. But if we may please have access to the device which you are hiding, we would be very grateful. We have come through how much trial and tribulation and hardship, and I think we've earned it.
there is a single needle thin point that is raised up from seemingly nowhere in front of you.
Hello. I will reach out and poke, like grab the, not like tap the pointy tip, but like kind of from either side, kind of give it a little hello, a little pinch.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh gosh.
That's fine. I'm very good at these. 26.
26. Wow.
Hello.
You feel the compulsion, like a strong suggestion to put your hand on the needle itself, but you're able to stave it off.
Well, no, I don't think I want to do that.
You need to make a roll really quickly, as there is a discharge of magic in this moment. 1 second.
Just the lamp, please. None of that now.
And you can hear a voice in your head, just blood.
Oh. Oh, very well. I take a bit from one of my open wounds and smear it on the needle.
When you do that, I need you to make a d6 roll.
Oh my gosh.
No, this is a good idea. 1.
1 second.
We're going to remember those final words.
It was a good idea.
No, this is a good idea.
My D&D. Perfect. You gain 1 level of exhaustion immediately. The crystal, and you feel as if something essential inside of you has been like breathed out, and you grab it, and you feel like you retain some of it, but there's something in you that is imbued with this crystal.
Okay,
and
can I have the lamp now?
the lamp just kind of pops out of the wall and lands in your hands, and the rope seems to repel up of its own accord, and you're suddenly there among your party members again with the lamp in your hands, as if nothing had happened. And you see Mad Maggie, and she says, I got this shadow creature. Let's get inside and toast ourselves to a job well done. You can see she has a chain on over her shoulder, and the creature is just calmly walking behind, still completely covered in darkness.
Now, seeing all of this, it's just gonna make a beeline towards like the nearest pallet or something and just collapse.
Cool, you do that.
I rub the lamp.
If I can squeeze a long rest in, I will.
God, of course you do.
Of course I do.
So,
What the fuck do you think? Look, my character knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
The fact that he's trying so hard should be implicative. But yeah, on the way up, he rubs the lamp. Even.
yeah. So as you're coming up, you rub the lamp, and it's not until you kind of come to, and this second happens, and you look up, and there, standing before you, is this majestic Jean. And that is where we're going to stop this week.
Oh jeez.
I know what my wish is. It's a very good
Oh
one.
no.
It's a very good one. It's good for you too.
More wishes.
Haha! You figured me out.
It's cool. The smartest wish.
In this part of the world, in the spell plague, it might just work if you did that.
Would it help you to know what I'm going to ask for at DM, or should I save it for next time?
Please save it. No, I don't want to know. Keep me up at night. So yes, that was our session. I appreciate you all making it back, and thank you everyone. And until next time, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.